Sharp. Welcome back. Day 72 of 90 of my Dream Life Challenge. Today I am going to be talking to you about personal growth. Right now I'm in the middle of reading John Maxwell's 5 Levels of Leadership. I'm about halfway through it, about 155 pages. Right now I'm on level 2 of leadership. What does that mean? We'll talk about the pros and the cons of that level of leadership. So right now I've got 18 days left. I've got 2 other books to read after this. So the pros of the 5 levels of leadership and level 2, permission leader. When you get permission for people to follow you, the work becomes more enjoyable. What happens is people want to come to work. They're not upset or disgruntled or whatever. They want to become part of the team. So the work becomes, the environment becomes better. Increase energy level, because if you're around people you don't like all day, what happens? You become drained, you become wore out. I know everybody's heard this. It's called the Sunday night sickness. They don't want to go to work Monday. These people that are following a level 2 leader, they want to go to work. So their energy level's up. They get up earlier in the morning. They want to stay later. They want to help out. They want to accomplish the task. The open communication, there's an open communication forum with your leader, your boss, whatever it is. You want to talk to them about how you can get better, how you can help the team, how things can grow. What happens is you as a leader, you focus on their values. You look at them and go, oh man, this is what you're good at. Let's work on this. Let's grow some of the other areas. You build and nurture trust with people. When people trust you, they'll go to much greater lengths to help you accomplish whatever your goals are. And what happens is you end up developing a team. The pro of this, you develop a team. You start building leadership in that team. You start developing a business. The production starts to come from that. You develop long-term relationships. And if that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to develop friends forever or whatever the case may be, you get long-term relationships out of being a level 2 leader. Now let's talk about the cons. What happens is when you're a level 2 leader, you're kind of soft. You're a people pleaser. You are focused on how do I get people to like me, but you got to be a little tougher than that. So level 2 leader appears soft to somebody who's a producer, who's got their nose to the grindstone. They are not paying attention to people. They're just paying attention to their productivity. So you appear soft to them. You frustrate the achievers. The achievers don't want to come around because they feel like you're this kumbaya, but they don't understand the process, because achievers and producers, without getting to know people, they're stuck in that level of I have to produce or die, achiever die, and they get wore out. Producers and achievers wear out. They go through these peaks and valleys because they don't create relationships with people. They don't develop people underneath them. So when they have a down time, those people help bring them back up. Level 2 permission leaders are very easy. It's easily to get taken advantage of. So there's 4 areas that John Maxwell talks about. There's takers, developers, acquaintances, and friends. And so I wanted to kind of go over those. A taker, those who leverage the relationship to better themselves but not anyone else. They borrow your influence, but they keep the return. A developer, those who leverage the relationship in a positive way, bettering themselves and you. So definitely want to make sure that you're noticing the personality traits. Acquaintances, those who live off the relationship with you but never do anything with it. I would call that like a cheerleader. They hang around waiting for something good to come to them, content to live off others' success and never take responsibility or grow themselves. So this is a person in the office or on the team that maybe doesn't produce. They're the first one to bring treats and goodies and talk to you, but at the end of the day, they're not growing, they're not reading, they're not developing. They're a warm body. Friends, those who enjoy their relationship with you, returning your goods, and will never take unfair advantage of you. So the friend that you let borrow your truck and brings it back with a full tank of gas and says, hey, I'm just appreciative that I don't have a truck. You let me borrow your truck. You gave it to me with a half a tank. I'm giving it back to you with a full tank. I appreciate it. They cleaned it, whatever. Those are what you're looking for. That's how the world works. You have to understand that in this permission level of leadership, you're going to get those 4 types of personalities. So the cons requires openness. You got to be able to show your flaws. There's a saying out there, fake it till you make it. If you're a permission leader, don't fake it till you make it. Let people know, man, this is where I'm at. This is my struggle. Help me get better. Let's work together. Show your flaws. Nobody's perfect. Don't try to be. The cons, difficult. It's going to be difficult if you're not a likable person. If you don't like people, or you're not a likable person and you're always hard-nosed and never trying to understand them, never trying to see their side of life, dude, it's not going to be fun. And you got to deal with the whole person. And what that means is you can't, if you're talking about building a business, you can't just get the business side of people. You can't go, hey, leave your home stuff at home. They're going to bring that with them. People have a personal life, always mixes with their business life. It's hard for people to cut them off. If you're going to get to know people, you got to get to know the whole person. You got to get to know what's going on with their wife and kid. Get to know them. You're going to be their friend. If you want to develop a long-term relationship, you got to deal with the bad and the good. It's all together. You can't cut out the bad and say, hey, I don't want to deal with your personal crap. I just want to deal with your business stuff, but I want to be your best friend. You can't do it. So I really appreciate you guys following me. I really hope that you guys are getting a lot of information. I mean, this thing's just helping me change my life in leaps and bounds. I feel like I'm pushing through that next level on my personal growth. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at SharpCarl, Twitter at SharpCarl, Facebook at Carl Sharp. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click on the link below, hit subscribe, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.